Hi, my name is JaLisa Brown, and I am a third year DRPH leadership student. Today, I will be talking with you about my presentation on my preceptorship completed in the city of Cochran with the Cochran Cares Gift Team. Cochran is a rural community which is very progressive, located in South Georgia, which has about 5,000 residents. Cochran is also one of 5 cities selected to participate and receive assistance for the Georgia Initiative for Community Housing. And we received housing assistance and addressed our housing needs through this great program. The city is also home to Middle Georgia State University, which has a campus within the city of Cochran and has about 3,500 students enrolled. We often had meetings which were held in the city of Cochran at the Cochran Community House. My preceptorship site supervisor was the city manager of Cochran, Georgia, which was Mr. Richard Newburn. Our objectives of our preceptorship were developed through our work plan. We had objectives that focused on affordability and availability of housing, the quality of the current housing stock in the city of Cochran, as well as educating and decision making, and the quality of our neighborhoods, in addition to outreach and partnerships that we developed along the way. It was our goal to make a positive impact on not only the housing, but also how housing correlated with the health and well-being of citizens in the city of Cochran. We wanted to make sure that all citizens had access to safe and adequate, affordable housing. It was our goal to collaborate with as many partners as we could to improve the housing stock over a period of time. And this initiative is still going on. This is our first year, and we have 2 more years to make as many changes for the better for the citizens as well. It was also our goal to complete about 1,200 housing assessments and surveys, and to also be granted a community home improvement program grant, also known as a CHIP grant. There were about 4 proposed priority areas that we identified in the city of Cochran. We pulled out parcel maps and a map of the city, which we divided the neighborhoods up, and again, they were based on priority in areas 1 through 4, which is depicted in the presentation as well as in my e-portfolio. They're highlighted in yellow. Our Cochran Cares Gig team is composed of about 18 members. Those members include members of city council, first responders, Cochran Housing Authority workers, health department representatives, and the citizens of Cochran as well. We have had the opportunity to attend 2 retreats, our last one being in the fall back in September. So within this preceptorship, I was definitely able to connect my practicum objectives and our gifting objectives to the core competencies of public health leadership. So in making a positive impact on the health and well-being of our citizens and improving their access to safe and affordable housing, through educating the citizens and allowing them to be knowledgeable on the benefits and the downfalls of renting versus being a homeowner, and redeveloping those blighted areas within the city, we were able to apply evidence-based practice, generate practice-based evidence, and I was able to develop my leadership and apply that in governmental settings as well as private sector settings, because we were dealing with all types of entities and agencies while working with the gig team. It just really developed my leadership in an interdisciplinary way, which is great, especially with me being on the DPH leadership track. My duties over time changed while I started my practicum, or my preceptorship rather. At first, I was over coordinating the housing assessments. But as time went on, I became appointed the main point of contact for our GIC team. So I was responsible for scheduling monthly and bi-monthly meetings at our GIC community house. I coordinated the housing assessments with several GIC team members, as well as Middle Georgia State University students. I composed and I helped assist composing a presentation on our report back that was due at our fall retreat. I also helped conduct any home assessments that were needed, and will be conducting any home assessments that are needed as a lead inspector risk assessor, as I am the only GIC team member who has that certification. In addition, I have assisted, and it was my responsibility to assist in developing partnerships and collaborations, and also organizing and assessing all data, assessing all data that we have obtained from completing the housing assessments. So if you look at the results page in the PowerPoint, you'll see that we have identified the most common issues on our surveyed properties, and those remain to be exterior repainting needed on many of the homes, windows and doors repainting needed, stairs, overgrown lawns and lots, and cracked and minor repairs. In addition, on the next chart, it shows the housing conditions themselves, and it ranges from whether the houses are well maintained or just dilapidated. From our research and conducting over 1,200 housing assessments, we noticed that most were either needed substantial rehabilitation or were severely dilapidated. And it's our goal to definitely improve our housing stock as time progresses. So in working with this practicum, I have definitely identified some strengths and weaknesses. In working with Cochran, it's definitely a smaller town, which deals with, some housing calamity issues, whereas it's a small town and there aren't as many available affordable housing for people, especially if citizens are interested in being homeowners. And a lot of the rental properties don't have the 3 to 4 bedrooms that many families in the city of Cochran need. So just overall, there are limited housing choices for the family. And in the fall, when we first began this project, we were initially denied our application for the CHIP grant. But now that I have a certification as a certified lead risk assessor inspector, we have a higher chance of being awarded that grant. And we have also started working with a new grant writer. So we are hoping that will be a better outcome for us in the spring. Another weakness is the city of Cochran is just rural, so there is a smaller room for growth, both economically and with the housing. And it's just something we really need to focus on, because housing is a direct correlation to the health of these citizens as well. However, we were accepted as one of 5 cities into the Georgia Initiative for Community Housing Program, which is an awesome opportunity as it gives us access to funding of community development block grants. It gives us access to network with other communities who have successfully gone through this program. And we are also beginning our urban redevelopment plan, which includes more affordable housing for families, especially families that are looking to rent apartments that are safe for their children. We have also gained buy-in from the local university, who plans to continue their help in completing the housing assessments with us, as well as offering help to allow us to have a housing fair for our citizens, so they're educated on the benefits of being a homeowner or the benefits of being a renter, as well as the disadvantages of both. So overall, this practicum or preceptorship has been a positive experience for me. I have been able to display my leadership skills in public health and correlate public health with governmental entities in implementing certain policies and just educating the public. Thank you.